Hello, this is my YouTube channel and my name is Tanya Shachra. So today I'm just here to give people my age, teenagers, advice. So I'm not saying I'm righteous or anything. I'm just just here. This is my first YouTube video. So yesterday I was my mom came back home and she was like, oh, we need to see a movie. And then we saw this movie called Letters to God. Then after that, it was a cancer patient and was writing letters to God, specifically, literally says it. And he died. And then I started crying. And then I remember, oh my God, there's I wanted to watch more Christian movies, yeah. So, and then went to Netflix and then I watched Passion of Christ. Then this movie was showing what Jesus went through when he came into this land and into on earth, and how he was treated nicely at first, but then how he was betrayed and how he was killed by people because they thought he was blaspheming when he said he is the Son of God, but he was. But then I saw that and I was crying. I was crying. I wish I had a video when I was crying. I was crying because it was so painful, it was so touching. And that just made me thought a lot today. I was on YouTube and then I saw this girl worshiping. I was on social media and I saw this girl worshiping. And I was like, oh, I think it's time for me to be worshiping. Then I started listening to worship songs and I started crying when you're in your worship experience, you cry. And I started crying, and then when I started crying, I was realizing that those scene of the movies that I saw yesterday, it could have been worse. It was just a movie, and imagine it could have been so much worse. And I was just realizing that God did so much for us, and He still does so much for us, but we continue to sin, we continue to fall into Satan's traps, and we continue to do bad things because we think it's cool. I'm living in a generation where people think praying and singing for the Lord isn't cool. I think if you start being religious, if you dress modesty, they'll be oh my God, you're so boring, your fashion is not on point. We're living in that kind of world, and if you're a Christian and you're living in that kind of world and refuse to sing, I'm not saying I'm still changing and I'm still transforming, and I think it's starting today. And I just want to say, in a world where wearing revealing clothes is cool and wearing modest clothes is boring, choose to be boring, because at the end of the day we didn't come on this earth to please people. We came to please the one and only God who is out there. And then there shall be one day where He'll be looking unto you and He'll be asking you what were you doing, bruh? What were you doing? He'll be asking you did you read the Bible? I haven't started I didn't read the Bible every day, and I'm starting to realize that you should actually read the Bible and see what's wrong and what's right. So I'm going to be starting today to read the Bible daily, our daily bread. Why are you hungry when you got food? To read the Bible, and I'm just thinking that you should leave all the worldly acts, all the worldly things, and just forget about being worldly, forget about living to impress people and live to impress God, because at the end of the day we came here to please Him, and at the end of the day He's the one who gave the sun. It's for you, for your sins. These people that were trying to please, they would never give that. If they have children, maybe they don't have children, but when they have kids, and like, let's just say no kids, okay? No kids. If you're like, maybe if you're in like in a deep like bad situation, they wouldn't help you. Only God would help you. Imagine a person, a God so loving, He gave you His only son. His only son. And we are living to impress other people. No. Let's live to impress God. Let's live to impress God. And let's start today. If you've been living worldly, and if you have been living in the baddest, if you were bad, like God takes sinners and turns them into saints. Like God lifts you from like a bad situation, and He like lifts you up so high that you'll be like, yeah, what did I do to deserve this kind of love? So like in a world full of sin, in a world full of bad things, in a world where sin and bad things is cool, choose to be boring. Because at the end of the day, there is that one day where we are all going to be judged by our doings. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to go to hell, wherever you are. Whoever is watching this, be sure you don't want to go to hell. And so, if you know what's right for you, choose to be boring. And I'm not saying like, if you like dressing with this, you should dress boring. No. I did say choose to be boring, but still. You dress like cute but respectful and mindful and very demure. Yeah. And I'm just to say like a picture, I wasn't like, I haven't been very confident to be doing like this talk to your camera, like chatting to people. But at least I did it, and I was like, God give me strength. So as we are teenagers, let's like protect our lives and protect our spirits before like we choose the wrong path, because we're still young, we still have time to like do the right thing and put the bad thing aside and be boring. Okay, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope that I have given you strength to be